Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm your host, Nina.
Hello, everybody. I am your host, Shane. And we are looking at part 2 of Europe's star cities.
Yes.
And we found out in part 1 that they're shaped like stars. So like they have the shape of like a star, right? Like that.
Yeah.
And stars in the sky can also have
shapes, right?
Right, they can make shapes out of stars to make different shapes that we call constellations. And each person actually has a star sign.
Yes, depending on when they were born, right?
Yeah.
So I am a Gemini.
Okay, so if you look in the sky and you're looking at the stars, what shape is the Gemini sign?
2 people.
2 people.
Yes,
together.
It should be 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah. And what about yours?
I'm an Aries. So my constellation, or the star sign that you see, the shape in the sky, is of a sheep.
Okay.
Or a ram, which is a kind of sheep. Right? And so you look up in the sky and you can see these star signs or these shapes up in the sky.
That is really cool.
Yeah. So speaking of star shapes, why don't we go back to Europe's star cities, which are shaped like stars?
Exactly.
Okay.
One of the most famous star cities is Palmanova, Italy. It has 2 walls with 9 triangle points. It's just an hour's drive northeast of Venice.
Okay, so looking at part 2 of Europe's star cities.
Yes, and we learned in part 1 that it's called star cities because they are actually shaped like stars, right? Originally, the first ones were in Italy, and they were used as army forts. That's really cool, and it dates back to the 15th century.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And there's these star cities kind of like all over Europe. But I think we're about to talk about another one that's also in Italy.
Okay.
So one of the most famous star cities is Palmanova, Italy.
Okay.
It has 2 walls with 9 triangle points.
Hey, wow, that's really cool.
So it makes 9 triangle points, which would make like a pretty fancy star.
Yeah.
Okay, so a triangle, I think we all know. If we look at, we know what an angle is, right? Like an angle, right? And tri means 3, right? So a triangle, it's a flat shape with 3 straight sides and 3 angles. That's what we call it, a triangle. So for example, you could say Tom likes to cut his sandwich in the shape of a triangle.
Okay.
Do you like to cut your sandwiches in any specific way?
No, I don't cut my sandwiches.
You don't?
I just eat them.
You don't cut them at all?
Yeah, a nice square.
I always have to cut mine, and I also like to cut it into triangle shapes and then spread it out. And then put potato chips or some kind of other thing on the plate with it. I like to see all the layers in the sandwich.
Okay.
Yes.
You can still see them from the side.
But it's better when you cut through the middle.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So what's a point?
Yeah, so a triangle has 3 points, right?
Yes.
The point is the sharp end of something. Like a pencil. You know, a pencil has a point.
How about your fingernails? Do they have points? No. Oh, no, they're
kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not too sharp.
Yeah, so for example, be careful with the point of that pencil. It can poke you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I actually poked myself with a pencil. I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera. And now that I have Lao Hua, I can't. Oh, right here on my wrist, trust me, there's a little blue piece of mark here. It was because a piece of pencil broke in your
skin.
I got poked with the pencil.
That actually happened to my brother too when
Really?
he was younger. He accidentally had a pencil poked into his skin and the top came off. And so it hurt and he had to find a way to take it out.
And I still have a little blue dot that's on there. Very strange.
All right. So
okay.
continuing.
Palmanova in Italy.
Okay. So continuing. It's just an hour's drive northeast of Venice. Okay, so everyone knows Venice, right?
Oh, of course, Venice.
Have you been to Italy and have you been here?
Well, I have been to Italy. I've been to several cities in Italy.
Oh, lucky.
One of the cities I went to was Venice. And Venice is so beautiful because of all the canals. And it's so romantic there.
Oh, I want to go.
Have you ever been to Italy?
I almost went twice. And the first time was...
Almost?
Yes, I booked
twice.
my flight. The first time was with my roommate when I was in the UK. We booked our flight, but then COVID happened, so it got canceled.
Oh no.
Yes.
Because of COVID, I remember in Italy, it was really bad there in the beginning of COVID.
It was. And then the second time, also booked our flight from Spain, but we had a family emergency, so it had to be canceled again.
So you had 2 trips
to Italy. That didn't work out.
Were you planning to go to Venice?
Yes, we were.
Or maybe Palmanova?
Well, not Palmanova, but Venice, yes.
Venice, but you could drive very easily.
Yes, we could.
To there. Now, if you go, the next time, hopefully it doesn't get canceled. And you can take a little drive from Venice over to Palmanova and
check out the
Star City. Yeah, so what's a drive? A drive is just a journey in a car or other vehicle, right?
Yeah.
So for an example, you could say, we took a drive through the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah, so just a short drive from Venice to Palmanova. There's so many great cities in Italy. And apparently there's quite a few of these star cities there as well.
Okay, so if you do go to Venice, might as well just take an hour drive and check out the Star City.
Absolutely. Well, why don't we take a break and we'll get right back into it.
Okay.
In Portugal, Elvas is about 12 kilometers from Spain. It was in a good spot for guarding the country against attacks. However, the best spot for star cities is the Netherlands. The country has almost 100 star cities. The one to see is Naarden. The town center is inside 2 moats and 2 walls with 12 points. Now that's a star city.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So we're still talking about star cities. Before the break, we were talking about one in Palmanova in Italy.
Yes.
And it has 2 walls that have 9 triangle points. Really cool. And if you want to visit there, well, while you're in Venice, you're only about an hour's drive away. So that sounds like it would be a great place to go and visit if you're already visiting Italy.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. I think we're going to be moving to your land of Portugal now.
So in Portugal, Elvas is about 12 kilometers from Spain.
Oh, wow. Very close to the border of Spain.
It was in a good spot for guarding the country against attacks.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm guessing they also have another star city there because it was a good location for them to have a fort, right, and prevent attacks.
Probably from the Spanish.
Yeah.
Right?
So kilometer is a way to measure how far something is, like how far it is to the store. And it's just like a meter is 100 centimeters, right? A kilometer is 1,000 meters.
1,000 meters. It's pretty far.
Yeah, it's pretty far. So, for example, the store is 2 kilometers away from our house.
Oh, so kilo or kilometer, when we're saying this was a kilo, that means 1,000.
Exactly.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So to guard against something means to take care, to prevent something, or to protect yourself from something.
Okay.
So either to prevent something or protect yourself from something. So for example, it's important to help people guard against disease.
True.
Right. And you can say a guard is a person who guards something.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Continuing the reading. However, the best spot for star cities is the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard they have a lot of them there.
Yes. So the country has almost 100 star cities. That's a lot.
100 star cities in one country.
Yes. The one to see is Naarden.
Naarden. Sounds like a very magical place.
Yeah, it does. Interesting.
Well, I think because it reminds me of Narnia.
I was about to say the same thing. Okay.
Naarden. Okay, continuing. The town center is inside 2 moats.
Okay.
And 2 walls with 12 points.
Wow. So there are 2 moats and 2 walls, and it has 12 points.
That seems like it'd be very well protected.
Yes, indeed.
Now, that's a star city.
That does sound really incredible.
Yeah, that sounds like probably one of the more impressive ones of these star cities.
Yes.
Well, star cities are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't really know much about them until today.
Yeah, I didn't even know they existed. But, you know, if there is one nearby to where I'm traveling to, I think it might be something worth visiting and seeing.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we'll find any star cities in Taiwan.
Yeah, I think they don't exist in Asia. But if you're ever in Europe...
There you go. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
One of the most famous star cities is Palmanova, Italy. It has 2 walls with 9 triangle points. It's just an hour's drive northeast of Venice. In Portugal, Elvas is about 12 kilometers from Spain. It was in a good spot for guarding the country against attacks. However, the best spot for star cities is the Netherlands. The country has almost 100 star cities. The one to see is Naarden. The town center is inside 2 moats and 2 walls with 12 points. Now that's a star city.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 triangle 名词三角形。The pizza was cut into triangles. 披萨被切成了三角形。下一个单字 point 名词点尖端。The pencil had a sharp point. 铅笔尖很尖。下一个单字 drive 名词车程。The drive to the mountains took about 3 hours. 前往山上的车程约需3个小时。最后一个单字 kilometer 名词公里。The distance between the 2 cities is about 100 kilometers. 这2个城市之间的距离大约是100公里。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 northeast of place 某地的东北部，这是方位的说法，与中文相反，英文要先说北 north 或者是南 south， 再来才是东 east 或者是西 west。例如 southeast 东南 northwest 西北。我们来看看这个例句。The park is southeast of the city center. 这个公园位于市中心的东南部。下一个文法 ，a spot for 加名词，什么的地点。Spot 是特定的空间区域。我们来看看这个例句。Bruce found a good spot for his wedding. Bruce 找到一个不错的婚宴地点。最后一个文法 ，guard A against B， 捍卫 A 以对抗 B。Guard 表示保卫、保护 ，against 是对抗的意思。我们来看看这个例句。Police officers guard banks against robberies. 那些警察保护银行免受抢劫。Robbery 指的是抢劫。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hello. Beisianhu Forestry Cultural Theme Park is located in Chiayi City. Although it is a theme park, it doesn't have roller coasters, merry-go-rounds, or a Ferris wheel. Instead, it has diverse wildlife waiting for you to explore. Let's go check out the park together. Beisianhu Park is the second largest park in Chiayi City. In the past, Beisianhu Lake was used for storing water and growing crops. Beisianhu Park is an extended part of Bo'ai Park. This idea is to bring Beihu Hexiang back again. Beihu Hexiang was recorded as a part of the Qing dynasty's literature. It means lotus scent in the northern lake. Now, Beisianhu Park is a forestry cultural theme park. The trail in Beisianhu Park is shaped like a musical note. The lake is used for flood storage. At the park, you can find many places to rest or enjoy the views. They include Cherry Blossom Forest, Pizhitou Botanical Garden, Grassy Slope Scenic Area, and so on. Beisianhu Park is rich with many animals and plants. You can also find farmland green tree frogs here. This is a good place for doing exercise and taking a break. So next time you're in Chiayi City, make sure to check out Beisianhu Park, especially during the cherry blossom season. We'll see you there.